The Exterminator from 1980 was my VHS watch for the week. I have here the collector's edition director's cut tape. What's interesting about this is that it is widescreen format. So I popped it in on my CRT TV and it was letterboxed, which in a way kind of defeats the purpose because I like watching movies that are in 4:3 on my VCR on my CRT TV. However, I went with it and this movie kicked a lot of ass. So I'm glad I just wrote it out and watched the whole thing. The movie is about a couple of Vietnam veterans who are living in New York. They work at a food distribution warehouse, and one night they thwart a robbery in progress by a local gang, and the gang takes revenge on one of the guys, and our lead character, played by Robert Ginty, starts a vigilante campaign to take his revenge. What makes this movie so awesome is it does not waste any time. It just goes from scene to scene, and where things are alluded to, you resolve them like 2 scenes later. Nothing is left open to the imagination. There's nothing to figure out. This is just a fast moving revenge movie. No frills, nothing to interpret. Just strap in and enjoy the ride. Obviously, this movie comes highly recommended from me, but just be warned, it goes to some really dark places, and it is really violent in a way that only 80s action movies are. But if you're okay with that, definitely check out The Exterminator. The Animal Kingdom from 2023 is a French film set in a universe where humans turn into animals, and this turn happens gradually, and the people have to be put into containment, or quarantine, if you will. The story revolves around a father, Francois, and his son, Emile, who are trying to just navigate their life after the wife and mother in the family has turned into an animal and had to be put in one of these camps. And as far as sci-fi fantasies go, this has the element of not explaining anything. And I usually like that, and I enjoyed it here. By the end of the movie, my wife was starting to ask questions, and I said, no, that wasn't explained. No, they didn't say why that happened. So if that kind of thing frustrates you, then maybe pass on this one. I also like the fact that the father and son character are both likable. The father especially is not some buffoon. He cares about his son. He cares about his wife who's in this predicament. And that really helps lead to an emotional payoff at the end of the film. After I watched this movie and was thinking about it, I thought, wow, whatever the metaphor was here, it wasn't hitting me over the head. I realized as I'm talking about the movie that was made in 2023 that this could probably be viewed as a pandemic movie. And if that's what it is, I think it will age well because it does not take a lot from the real world as far as what was going on during those times. Lady Reporter, also known as The Blonde Fury from 1989, was the first and only Hong Kong movie to feature a Westerner in the leading role. In this movie, of course, it's Cynthia Rothrock, and she, of course, is quite a capable action star. But this movie unfortunately suffers from something that I've seen in other Hong Kong movies, which is it's kind of thrown together and continuity is not really paid attention to. So while the overall story is not very hard to follow, the details a lot of times make no sense. And what we're left with is a movie where the criticism that I have is similar to a criticism that a lot of people have of Godzilla movies, which is that the stuff that happens between the monster attacks is just fodder for you to sit through so you can get to the next monster attack. I kind of felt that way about this movie with regards to the fights. All the stuff that was going on between the fight scenes, I didn't care as much about, and I thought, let's just get to the next fight scene, baby. And they are all good. The fight choreography and stunt work in all of the scenes is really entertaining. So although I rated the movie itself kind of right down the middle, I do have it on Blu-ray and I am going to keep it, not only because it's a strange piece of history, but also because I did enjoy all the fight and stunt work. Steel and Lace from 1991 is a direct-to-video movie directed by Ernest Farino, who worked with James Cameron doing special effects on The Terminator and The Abyss. Though the movie falls into the rape-revenge genre, the assault itself is not depicted on screen, and the movie is more of a twist on the revenge part, where our victim commits suicide after her attackers are acquitted, and her brother creates a cyborg assassin to take them out one by one. This movie really kicked ass. It's definitely of its time in the best way. It has awesome kills that had me cheering at the screen. And though it wasn't as sleazy as I was expecting, it was definitely more violent and gory than I was expecting, which is a trade I'm willing to make. If you're looking for a hidden gem sci-fi action horror, which is something along the lines of I Spit on Your Grave meets The Terminator, you definitely need to check out Steel and Lace. And that'll do it for another episode. If you like these short movie reviews, I have a playlist on my channel. I've covered hundreds of movies at this point. Thank you for watching to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.